another thing, but I think that was crazy. Like, you was around DMX at a point.
Yeah, in Miami at the Hit Factory.
Real DMX.
Yeah, I used to be over there with him at the Hit Factory. No cap.
Bro, how the fuck did that happen, bro? Like, how did you get around DMX? Like, that's.
You know they got SAE recording school out there. It's like Full Sail, but it's called SAE. My homeboy from Baton Rouge was going there at the time. Yeah. And I was living out there. We used to be using their studio for free because he could use the studio at any time from going to the school. Yeah. They had a nigga from New York that was going to the school. There used to be a D-boy that was trying to change his life with the engineering shit, and he wanted to run his own studio or whatever and a record label. Well, anyway, nigga took a liking to both of us, and he wanted to sign me, but he ain't really had the money that he needed to do what he needed to do at the time. So that boy took me to, I don't know if it was D or Y that run Rough Riders, one of the two. I can't remember which one it was. I went and met with one of them, and they heard some shit, they liked it, you know what I'm saying? And they basically was just like, shit, he can come through anytime, hang around, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think I might have recorded a couple times, but I ain't really get to record much, and shit, cause X was supposed to be in there recording a new album, man. That nigga was in there bullshitting, dog. That nigga was not recording nothing, man. That nigga was in there watching Nutty Professor, smoking big blunts, flying his toy helicopters. Them bitches was expensive though. Like,
what year was this? This was like
04, 05 maybe.
It's like the Great Depression, DMX.
Yeah. It's like 04, 05.
Like around that time.
Yeah.
Okay. They said he was just bullshitting in there.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, that's the first time I seen like an artist have like the Hit Factory booked out for like days, weeks, and wasn't even recording. Like, he might record sometime, but like I was like, man, they got that fucking bag. Like, you know how much money that shit is, man? Just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then nobody else was coming through. Like, it was just theirs. You know, Wayne them be doing that shit too sometimes. Like, the Hit Factory just be for cash money. Yeah. Like, the time I went up there with London for Birdman, like, they had to hit the Hit Factory for months where nobody could get in that bitch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was the same situation back then. And I mean, it was a good learning experience for me. Like, I was just up there being a sponge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what was something, wild story that you got around DMX? Like, cause he ain't no rapper. Like, DMX gonna do what he want to do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Man. All right. I don't know if they did the session, but this is what I'm saying. Everybody was trying to get this nigga to work, right? No cap. I'm finna tell you how they tried to get him to work. That boy Kiss pull up. I won't say Kiss. It might have been Timbaland. If it wasn't Timbaland, it was Swiss Beats. I think it was Timbaland though, right? And whoever it was one of the two, because both of them got them crazy cars. But one of them had like, I don't want to lie, but from what I can remember, it was either, this back in the gap, so it was either like, this was like a Bugatti. It was like the first time everybody was seeing the Bugatti, you know what I'm saying? And that shit was crazy, right? Or it might have been like this new Porsche that had the engine that you could see from the, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's a long time ago, right? So I can't really remember, like. Yeah. But yeah, some shit like that, and everybody outside looking at this shit, Kiss looking at this shit like, this shit crazy. Oh, it might have been for Kiss, bro. I can't really remember. But mind you, Sky Stars pull up too. You heard me? This is the first time I seen like real diamonds. Like, Sky Stars got a little bit of chain on, about skinny. I'm talking about skinny mini bitch. Yeah. That bitch doing the Twinkle Chris Brown dance, pink, yellow, blue, green. That bitch just it's like midnight outside. That nigga lighting shit up. You heard me? I'm like, oh, them real diamonds. Like, it had to be $1 million chain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that kind of shit.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm like, man, you got all these like GOATs, legends pulling up to work with you, and you like stalling them out. Them niggas just hanging, waiting on X, you hear me? I'm like, oh, that was big.
Yeah, so all those just out there waiting.
Yeah, they was just talking, shooting the shit, but I mean, they came for X to work, you know what I'm saying?